funny that they're like, oh, what Labor wants more hospitals and nurses.
Yeah.
And more train stations. Everyone's like, sick. That's awesome. That sounds great, man.
Yeah, I saw one that was like something about, $40 million for a new train line while the police are overworked.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me the train line.
Right. They love to fucking have 15 of them at the, hundreds of them at the rallies every Sunday to get Sunday pay. They're just all standing at the front of McDonald's.
And how much of those horses cost them to upkeep?
Mate, the horses. Now, ACAB means all, but the horses, they're
no, fuck those horses,
They're
dude.
scary.
All cops are bastards, including the horses.
Yeah, sniffer dogs.
The dogs, fuck them, man. They're cops.
The sniffer dogs are bad. They're bad guys.
I don't even Labradors universally loved dog, and I know that you've grew up in a Labrador family. I'm sus on them because of their association with the police. Same with German Shepherds.
German Shepherds. I mean, but German Shepherds they have a huge cop energy.
Yeah, and they've got a whole fucking history behind them.
They've got a history. Yeah.
Pick a reason.
Sort of like the South Africans of dogs. Or just the Germans of dogs.
Yeah, I think.
Don't ask that German Shepherd what his great granddad was up to.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, Klaus.
Yeah. I don't like the horses. I don't like the dogs, and I don't associate with them at all.
Yeah. Beautiful. They have a beautiful way with words though on the graffiti on their cars.
On the cop cars? Yeah.
You sort of see that and go, I think you're getting paid fine actually.
Yeah, I didn't think it was I get why the Ambos also sa.
Welcome there. We were just catching up on just some of the cool Victorian cop car graffiti that we keep seeing all the time at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then power to everyone trying to get more money. Respect that, but you can't be striking yourself and then also working to get scabs through the picket lines at the Woolies strike.
Yeah, I don't know if this is happening all around. I don't know, is it just happening in Victoria? But for months and months, maybe even a couple years now, on ambulances, they've been like the paramedics, the workers have been like writing messages on the vehicles saying like, we're overworked, underpaid. Yeah, they've got clever, quips. They're doing it quite well, and I guess that raises awareness and stuff. And I think that's a good cause. Paramedics are pretty stressed out, but then we were just speaking about the police have started doing it as well, and it's definitely not as effective when the coppers are doing it. So I don't think a sob story angle works for the cops. Like, no, you can't boo-hoo us.
No. Yeah, it's all exciting stuff. Anyway, the types of fellas.
Imagine you get pulled up by the cops.
Yeah.
And, you're pulled over, maybe you had one extra schooner in the pub. You are shitting bricks. This guy could fucking ruin your entire life. You lose your job, you fucking got to blow into the bag. And then while you're waiting for the number to come up, you've got to read him whinging on the back of his car about his life.
Yeah,
you're like, well, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. Getting armbarred and pinned.
Yeah. You got a fucking foot on
nothing wrong. Oh, man, these guys are...
your head gets smashed on the we're underpaid as you put into the paddy wagon. Yeah. You still got a bit of the pink chalk stuff that they wrote it on.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Now, look, we got sent in a great guy to get back. Welcome to the podcast. If you don't know this podcast, we discuss types of fellas and, are trying to make our way through every type of fella in the world. And we love it when fans send in some great TikToks and Instagrams of guys doing, really different and exciting shit.
Yeah, because the beauty of it is we chose this format is because the world of fellas is ever evolving, ever changing. So I think we're probably never going to run out of...
That's the thing.
Of source material. Because the fella that we've been sent today is like... I've never seen it before. And it's exciting when worlds collide. Because there's no such thing as just one type of guy. A fella is many, can encapsulate many. But I've never seen the combo
And this guy is, I would say, bodybuilder size.
He's jacked. He's like
huge
he
and
could
thick.
compete in a. He's thick, solid, tight.
How about 8 inches and thick? He's big. He's big. This boy.
He's thick, solid, tight. He keeps updates on his progress. I mean, this guy's he's V'd out,
and he's bald, and if you can imagine this, he has a beard.
Yeah.
And has those. He has those heads that have like crazy wrinkles.
Yeah, like a who's that guy on YouTube that he's like the big jacked bodybuilder, but he's like a smart scientist as well.
Oh, cool.
I can't remember, but
that's also a great combo. But anyway, he's all these things. But so he's flexing, but he's also a pilot, and he's showing us him taking off and his journeys, his roots,
Kuala Lumpur to Melbourne.
And yeah, it must be pretty. Hard
I'm suspect on it though. If you watch the video, because we're back on video this week. Sorry, we had camera issues last week. I'm going to put it at the start of the episode, and maybe like if you see it, you can help us. I think it could be fake. It almost looks like Flight Simulator.
Ooh.
And then he's kind of just cut that in with him flexing and generally just being fucking awesome.
I did see someone in the comments be like, "That's not how you hold the throttle or something," and he's like, "It's takeoff, bruh." He's like, "Oh yeah."
Well, yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to just, try and use logic or try and one up this guy. This guy would be a hell of a pilot.
Yeah.
Imagine how much fuel they waste having him in the cockpit. It's like, oh, everyone get your bags checked and stuff. It's like, how about you fucking get this cunt to drop some weight?
Well, that's the other thing. Like, he's
200
enormous.
kegs
How does
up
he
in the
fit
front,
in?
Just the thrust and the dynamics are probably, they probably have to adjust.
Yeah, they probably have to.
They're not sort of used to this sort of weight up front, top heavy.
Probably have to make a few adjustments at the rear end of the craft for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they fit him in, and I don't know like. I said it looks fake, but I can't. I'm not an expert. I haven't really spent a lot of time in the cockpit of the plane, as much as I've tried.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time I ask on the way in.
Yeah.
Like, can
I actually
sit up there? And they
when
go, no.
When I was 6, now this is exciting. We never went to McDonald's, right? Never went to McDonald's. One time, Mum took us to McDonald's, and they had a little prize thing. We entered it.
What was your family's reason for? Because I never went to McDonald's as a kid either, and I was trying to think why that was.
I think because my mum can cook really well, and she's like, "This is crap."
Yeah, that's what I was.
But she didn't mind a 30-cent cone.
Yeah,
that would be our treat. We'd get to go through the drive-thru. We could all get a 30-cent cone occasionally.
Hell yeah! Because I was thinking,
good. What are they now? Bloody $2. Fucking ridiculous. Remember when they became 50 cents? Mum was losing her mind.
Yeah.
Fuck, 50 cents.
That's against God.
Yeah, it's a shameful place.
But yeah, I was thinking, because most of the reason we couldn't have things as a kid is because we couldn't afford it. That was everything. Like, you can't afford it. But then I was thinking, why don't we get McDonald's is cheap?
Yeah.
But I think it was because it was no good. It was bad food. Mum could whip up a mean fucking spaghetti.
It's a fine line. I think you probably should expose your kid to Macca's sometimes because inevitably when you do get your license.
Oh,
you will create a teenager that's fucking hooning in there.
You could pig.
The kids love that stuff.
You gotta definitely like inoculate them a little bit throughout their life.
But you also you wouldn't. I guess sometimes kids would come in if they'd been to the doctors or something at school, and they're like, "Oh, I got Macca's," and that was always big, like, "Oh, sick."
Yeah.
But
I remember meeting kids in high school who they did go to Macca's a lot, and they were fucking psycho for Macca's. Like when their mum brought it up, they were like, and that's all they ever wanted.
Yeah,
I never had that.
Yeah, I don't think you want that.
No,
I don't think you want kids that fucking flip out if they don't get a quarter pounder every second day.
Yeah, for sure. All right, you're 6. You never go to Macca's.
I never go, and then we won this. We won this competition where we got to go up and like I guess we just flew around for a bit, but I got to like sit in the cockpit and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and I got a little photo in the paper. Like, look at this.
You actually went up?
Yeah, got up.
What kind of plane?
Qantas 17.
Was it a jet?
No, if I was a fly guy, this would have.
If you're a planeman.
Now, yeah, because that is definitely a type of fella. Anyone I know that's sort of has become a pilot or whatever, they're obsessed with this stuff from an early age.
Yeah, I think it's a train autism type.
Yeah,
of
definitely,
the skies.
definitely.
More
It
of
was
an
exciting to be in there, mate. They popped a little hat on me for a bit.
How's the hat feel?
God, good.
Yeah, that must feel amazing. 6 years old with a fucking pilot's hat on.
God.
Imagine if you were fucking 120 kilos jacked with a midsection.
Well, that is one of the sickest parts to describe this video a bit further. There's a shot of him like clearly in the cockpit, and he's like got the reverse camera, and he's like sort of flexing his pecs, and he's got his shirt like down to like 3 buttons.
Yeah, he is spilling out of that blouse.
Yeah. I mean, they're a great uniform.
Yeah.
These fly boys.
I mean, they always, you see them in the airport. I like seeing the young pilots, the sharp boys. Because the old guys, they're always, they've got an air of like, not authority, but like they're kind of, they're a bit fancy, and the young guys kind of carry themselves. They're very like upright sort of guys. But I've never seen one with, boulder shoulders.
No. I'd say, I mean, it would be so hard to keep a program. Imagine you're just constantly flying through time zones. You'd be a muddle.
Yeah, you would. And then there's not a lot of room to, you can't really get
living
a pump.
in and out of hotels. Yeah, like how's he getting a fucking pump on the
cockpit
where Cathay Pacific are fucking putting you up in a hotel? Don't tell me their hotel gyms are fucking free.
Maybe he carries
deadlift.
Everyone's bags every time.
Oh, true.
That's it.
He gets out there and just fucking heaves guitars.
Yeah,
he just launches guitars.
They just load him up. That's part of his. He doesn't charge him extra for it. It's part of his program. They load him up like a pack mule,
smashing whatever the fuck that says fragile.
Yeah.
He's just benching that, yeeting it into the back.
He's crushing it up so he can fit more things in his arms. He's smashing it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, one of the guys I went to school with, he's a pilot, and he was one of the guys, which is a very cool type of guy. You go to the airport and you just take photos of like the new sorts of planes.
There's a place I've been there. I used to do it when I worked for the council, and we would not do a lot of work. We'd just go to where the planes land near the airport, and they go real low. Yeah. There's always cunts there.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Kebab shop every now and then.
Oh.
Yeah, some cunt sets up a food truck. It's
sick.
Yeah,
that's all right. Bit of a community.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. All fucking weirdos out there jerking off the planes.
Yeah, it'd be cool to be like, oh, that's VA 079.
I guess they would. They would know that from the underbelly.
Yeah. Well, I think it's famously like air traffic controller's like one of the most high-paying jobs you can get without a degree.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you have to
be touched. You have to be kind of gifted.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Because it's high-stakes stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen the documentary Breaking Bad.
No.
But
is that what it's called?
No, there's a storyline in Breaking Bad.
Oh, right. I never knew. I haven't seen Breaking Bad. I thought you were about to say that there's a documentary called Breaking Bad about air traffic. I was like, fuck, that's an unfortunate name for their documentary.
No, there's it
really went unnoticed.
Through a series of shenanigans and missteps.
Yeah.
Walter White lets a girl OD, and turns out that her dad is the air traffic controller, and he's comes back to work too early and he's flustered, and then a plane crashes over Walt's house.
Shit.
So that is real.
Yeah.
That could happen to anyone.
That's karma too. That's
karma big time, bro.
Yeah.
That's
just
why
like
two planes collide in the air.
I never let girls OD.
I never let.
No matter what series of mishaps.
Whatever that
becomes
would cause, bro. Whatever that would fucking happen, bro. Yeah. But he's actually the good guy of the show. And it's his fucking bitch wife. That's the problem.
Yeah, the bitch wife and the disabled son. Are the villains.
Yeah.
I
can you believe this bitch wife's mad at him for
cooking meth?
Cooking meth.
I never finished it. I think maybe that's one of my life's regrets.
Yeah, I mean it's good.
I remember I watched maybe the first couple seasons, and then I went through a big change in my life, and I never picked it back up. True. And then I remember I was at a friend's place for the series, like the whole thing finale, and they were all watching it, and I was just smoking cones on the balcony
Yeah.
outside. And like,
No spoilers. No spoilers. I'm fucking living it, bro.
They loved it. They had like fucking 20 cunts there. It was a big thing.
Yeah, mate. Event viewing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big stuff. I mean, yeah, that's also a cool guy, like a guy that wears the Heisenberg shirt. You know, like.
Yeah, did people try and...
Like, yeah, anyone that wears merch of that stuff's pretty cool.
Be sick to base yourself off that character. Or the Jesse Pinkman would be even better.
Jesse's cool.
Yeah.
Jesse's cool. Sick fits.
Yeah.
He's always...
Well, I guess people are dressing like that again more and more.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. It's an awesome look.
Yeah.
Really cool. I don't even know what you call it. Just big graffiti t-shirts and oversized pants.
Big pants.
Beanies.
I think we might have spoken about it, but gee whiz, pants are getting big again, aren't they? Have you seen some of the pants that people are wearing?
It's crazy
It's
stuff.
crazy, man. People are wearing like just enormous pants.
Yeah, I was in Cotton On, I saw they had like big denim jean shorts going again.
Yeah.
I can't.
I had a guy pop up
keep up
on my
I can't be
feed.
doing that.
I get a lot of ads for the big wide cut jeans, but then I got one guy who was like, this is child's play. You got to fucking, I make my own big jeans. Come out and fucking see how big these, and they're just enormous. They're like, they look like skirts basically, but he makes them himself, so they do fit nice around the waist and stuff.
Oh, of course.
But he's like, bigger the better.
Yeah. Return to Jenko. The kids just crave.
Yeah.
The youth crave what we had.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if the fisherman pants will come back.
Fisherman pants. Now that was a really cool look.
Well, it's getting. I guess they don't sag in the middle of the big jeans. I probably still got some big old jeans at my dad's place. They'll probably look fucking fly as hell again.
Yeah, mate. You grab them, hang on to them.
Yeah.
I remember wearing fisherman pants a bit.
Yeah, I had a pair
in my going to drama class days.
The problem with them,
fisherman pants.
With the fisherman pants is, and I don't know, a lot of people probably won't want to admit this. Fucking hell, they're comfortable, man.
They're good.
God, they feel so
they're
good.
Good, mate.
They feel so nice to wear.
They're really good.
They look so fucking stupid.
And they look incredible.
But they fucking, man, you laser around a fucking pair of fisherman's pants.
I reckon, you're in the area to pull it off.
Yeah.
Stroll around Edinburgh Gardens or something, people will be like, okay.
Yeah, you could do it.
Maybe.
It's like a sarong, basically. And I love...
Sarong, it's a right.
Hell yeah, brother.
Mate. That's fucking comfortable stuff. Yeah, why don't we get you going back in fisherman pants and we'll get...
I'd go sarong before fisherman's.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that might not be culturally appropriate.
Either way, I want you paired with just those fucking headbands that were like green.
Yeah.
Sort of just way too big. Well, like
crazy
to wear them without dreads, but
I think I had long hair, and I think maybe I had one of those, or maybe I used to wear my girlfriend at the times, sort of to keep. When you're trying to grow your hair, and you get in that in between stage.
Yeah,
is that camera going flat? No, it's all good.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really awesome thing.
I could probably create this. I could probably create a very similar look to what you're thinking of now when I go home for Christmas. If my old man hasn't thrown away a bunch of my shit, which I think he might have. But I think there's a pair of fisherman pants in there. I think there's like a shirt I got from Nimbin back in the day.
Yeah, I got my fisherman pants from Byron, yeah.
And it was like that wrinkly sort of hemp material, and had like a big, maybe like a tiger design on it or something.
Yeah, that's definitely... Yeah, it's hard to describe, but I know exactly the material I'm seeing vividly in my mind.
Yeah, and it's a weird texture.
Kind of like, and it's got like the ends of things are kind of not frayed, but like rolled a bit, or whatever. Yeah. The texture. Yeah. I mean, it's built for comfort stuff.
100%. I don't know if it's 100% hemp. It might be like a hemp cotton blend or something.
I mean, you're thinking of your most spiritual auntie when all this is coming to mind.
Of course, yeah. You can smell the nag champa.
Yeah.
I remember I remember my first time going to Nimbin. I was very spellbound because it was probably at like my peak. I mean, probably not my peak stoner years. I probably haven't even reached that yet.
Man.
But when you first start getting into it and you heard about this place Nimbin where they just sell weed on the streets. And I remember the homeless people there had like a game of like where they laid out coins and you had to progress the game that they were doing. You put a coin down. And I remember being like, fuck, man.
They got it all
This place is
sorted
so
out.
magical. Even like the parkies are like creative in their
their hustles. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's a really cool energy.
Yeah, I don't know if parkies are slow. Sorry if it is.
I don't know. I haven't even heard that before.
No, I think that's a very North Queensland one. So yeah, it probably is as well.
Yeah. Yeah, good chance. Yeah. I mean, Nimbin. I mean, that's a whole.
And the more you go there, you realise, it's just like a fucking Darrow little town in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
where there happens to be like slightly more hippies than the fucking next town over.
Yeah. Because, it's near Bangalow and stuff.
Yeah, Kyogle and fucking Mullumbimby.
Mm.
It's all... do you know how it all started?
No.
There was a festival there in the 70s. It was kind of like the Woodstock of Australia. It was maybe Rainbow... maybe it was just called Rainbow Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And all the hippies... It was like... it might have been the 60s, actually. It was when the hippie movement was proper fucking kicking off in the US. And, cunts were into it here, and there was a big festival, Rainbow Festival, and all the fucking hippies from around the country, which were probably in that area already, mostly. If you blew down from Coranda. And they had that big festival, and it just went on for weeks and weeks. They all just started squatting there and shit, and that's why there's so many hippies there.
Yeah, they just didn't have enough fuel in their cars to get back out.
Basically,
so
they just all started.
Yeah.
A number of communes started. I think maybe one major commune started and probably splintered off. And it's like perfect climate for growing weed as well, which probably helped.
Perfect. Just a perfect conditions for a commune.
Yeah.
And just guys being like, fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they just fucking hung around, and they're still there, I guess. I remember I bought a book about weed in Australia back in the day. I bought it in Nimbin, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. And that's when I learned about, do you know about Joe Biocchi Peterson?
Yeah.
Man, that guy was a fucking bitch.
Yeah. Really cool guy.
He's like banned porno and stuff.
Yeah,
what a fucking bitch.
He just sort of had a fucking dictatorship on Queensland.
Yeah, my granddad loved him. My granddad
Yeah.
was like a real fucking staunch, what are those kinds? Liberals or national. He had like a big portrait of Joe Biocchi Peterson on.
Yeah, well, I think it was one of those things where the regional and country areas had an insane amount of voting power.
Yeah.
And so they just all voted for him, and like 80% of the actual population didn't want him, but
yeah. And he was like had draconian laws, like the drug laws were harsh as shit. He banned porno.
Yeah.
My granddad was like
the
a
cops were under him, like running it, like all the crime shit.
Oh, the cops were fucking like so corrupt, especially in Mariba where my dad was from. Like that was in the book, and it's like a fucking nothing little town. They're like, oh yeah, particularly in this town, the cops are fucking just crooked as shit. But my granddad loved him because he was a business owner, and then my dad, I guess, rebelled hard against him because he hated. He was like, he's a unionist. Pretty funny to have a fucking. He had like a big fucking poster of Joe Biocchi Peterson.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, actually,
imagine doing that for like fucking elbow. It'd be so embarrassing.
well, I got one even better. My uncle had Pauline.
Nice.
He had a big fucking Pauline portrait for a while.
But that's like having a hot chick calendar.
Yeah. I think it might have been the one where she's draped in the straight. It was at her peak when she first come on, when she was like, still fucking young, keeping it together a little bit too.
Yeah, gosh.
Yeah, my uncle, he loved Pauline. Fucking racist cunt.
Yeah. God, if you're into that stuff, it's like, what a woman.
Yeah, definitely. If that's what you're into, man. She's fucking perfect.
She was sort of like the prototype. I mean, I guess there were crazy right-wingers around, but, she was sort of... You know, the MAGA women. She was like that before them. You know,
definitely.
like she was at the cutting edge. Yeah,
100%. Like the cartoonly, like ridiculous, conservative fucking
babe. Wow. Well, she was in those like she had some bikini shoots. I remember.
Yeah, she did. There was one. Yeah, back in the day.
Very cool.
Yeah. She really, I mean, she just has it, doesn't she? It wasn't just the stunts and stuff. There was a certain star power that she had. And I guess maybe related, like everyone kind of knew like a fucking, you know, a shrewdish old fucking Australian woman like that.
Top 10, one of the top 10 tweets ever for me was when she got COVID. And she's like, I have contracted COVID and I will survive to many's disgust.
Yeah.
Fucking good shit.
Fuck. Actually, the more I think about it, she really was a Trump before Trump with like the, you know, tweets. Like that's a real Trump like to many's disgust. She was doing that in the fucking 90s.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Imagine if she had like a Trump like rise and she actually became the leader of it.
Don't
anything could
that into existence.
That could fucking happen, man. At this point.
Big Clive had a crack at it.
Yeah, but he doesn't have it.
Have the sauce.
He's too much. Like he's too easy to be like
too fat.
He's too fat and he's too schlubbish. Like you look at him and you're like, fuck, you can't really take him as serious. And he's not as funny. Like he's funny in a way where you're like, look at this fat idiot.
That was sick when he's like, I'm rebuilding the Titanic. He's making Titanic too. Love to see how that's going.
I mean, actually,
that's good.
Remembering that, I'm coming around on like trying to pull shit like
that.
He did publicity stunts like that.
He did do some sick shit, like because he bought the like best golf course in I think in Australia, like where they did the Australian PGA in Coolum.
Yeah,
and he's obsessed with dinosaurs. He then just put all these like life-size dinosaur scales on the park, and everyone's like,
"That's sick,
fucking hell, man!" Like we're playing like the most prestigious course, and there's a Brachiosaurus off the back nine.
Man, that's sick. I've seen those at nursery, like hardware set, like garden places, and I'm wondering who the fuck's buying those.
Yeah,
now I know it's Clive.
That'd be cool to have just a fucking.
I've seen them in people's yards, like life-size fucking like a rhino or something.
Oh wow!
I've seen them mostly at like the fucking garden centers, but I've seen a few in people's yards.
I wonder how many of those you're moving a year.
That's what who the fuck? I'm thinking like the house I saw is probably the cunt who owns the fucking garden center. Like who's putting them? Yeah. Maybe they got a big order. They got a Clive ordered big, and they're like, "Fuck, these are really moving. These are taking off. We better get a few more.
Have some more in stock." I'm actually out of raptors at the moment, mate. But I got a Brachiosaurus. It's like no.
Yeah, no. Well, you got any carnivores?
Yeah.
No, this one. Latest evidence says it's an omnivore, but other than that, man, it's mainly just like plant-eating herbivores, a couple of grass grazers.
Yeah, mate. Look, do you have kids? Because I can't sell you the Stegosaurus, mate. If you got kids, it's just a hazard. They jump up on the spikes, mate.
Yeah. Well, if I do sell you the Stegosaurus, mate, I'm gonna have to you're gonna have to throw in some pool noodles as well. And we're gonna have to get those fucking spikes capped.
Yeah. I mean, you know, now we are venturing into another guy. This is sort of linked to the airplane guys.
I think we're covering just different kinds of autistic guys.
This is but I'd say it spurns from little fellas.
Yeah, when you're
either a dinosaur kid or you can be a plane kid for sure.
I was a dinosaur kid.
Yeah, dinosaur kid.
But I grew up. I think that's true. When we're all little fellas, which we all are at some point in our lives. Yeah, there is I was never into planes or vehicles that much. I had Hot Wheels and shit, but I was fucking hyped on dinosaurs for a while. I did a project on the Ankylosaurus.
Oh yeah,
and I remember because we had a cycad in our backyard. I cut a cycad leaf off, glued it onto the project things. Like this is what they ate. Fuck. And then I remember I went out to Hewenden. And Richmond, which are like west of Townsville, and that's dino country out there.
Oh yeah,
lots of fossils out there. And I went to the fossil museum, saw an Ankylosaurus fossil.
Ooh,
I saw the picture I used in my project, saw it in real life in Hewenden.
Wowee.
Not
That's
bad,
not
eh?
bad.
Yeah.
The
Actually, no, that was
Ankylosaurus.
Richmond. Hewitt was this other Muttaburrasaurus.
Or the that's an Aussie. That's a fucking Aussie
That is
dinosaur.
a fucking Aussie dinosaur, mate.
You don't have your fucking Muttaburrasaurus out in fucking the States, do ya?
Nah, well, it's from a place called Muttaburra. Because I remember this kid moved to our school in primary school, and I was like, where'd you move from? He's like, Muttaburra. I was like, fuck, you must know the Muttaburrasaurus.
He's like, yeah.
He's like, yeah.
It came up a bit, mate.
They're everywhere out there.
Yeah. I like when you hear about the Aussie, like, you know, the period of like megafauna.
Yeah, when
there's just huge
like
kangaroos and shit.
a big wombat that's like the size of a fucking rhino.
Yeah, imagine that, man.
Oh,
Imagine
man.
if they're still out there.
That would be sick. I get hyped on. I want the Tasmanian tiger to be alive. I've been.
Don't we all?
I've watched. I'm keeping up to date on YouTube. There's one guy that's like, it's out there.
Yeah.
And he's looked, and he's got a few theories, right?
Mm-hmm.
His theory is there's a good chance they're in Tassie still, but there's also a good chance that they're in the highlands of Papua New Guinea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's kind of been fucked up because they did find a new species of wild dog in the highlands of Papua New Guinea, right? There was rumours about this dog. They knew that this dog existed, but they didn't really know if it was a separate breed or whatever. And then only in the past few years, they went up and they found these cunts living up in the mountains, and they had these dogs, and they tested them or whatever, and they are a separate breed. They're like closely, they look like dingoes, but they're different. And now they're thinking, well, maybe that story has been conflated with, because there's stories of Tassie tigers up there as well, but they're like, maybe that was sort of...
Yeah, right.
But he's still hopeful that they're up there, and that they could be on the mainland still. There've been sightings on the mainland.
Really?
Yeah.
So what did? They just went over and just were like, fuck, this is fun to shoot these.
In Tasmania, yeah. Well, they went over there and they had all their sheep, and the Tassie tigers were like, fuck.
This is all right.
Have a look at this. Fuck me dead. Fucking this is all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they took a few, but I think it was one of those things where it was like, yeah, they killed a few, but it was like people were scared of shit. You're like, this thing killed like 2 sheep, and they went and killed like fucking 40 of them or something. I think the reaction was probably it was a bit of an overreaction.
Yeah.
But
that sad footage of the last one.
Just pacing up and down. It's grim.
Grim.
There's another they found a dead one in South Australia, but it was like 3,000 years old, and it had died in this cave or whatever, and because it was so deep in the cave, there was no oxygen, so it didn't decompose. So it was just like fucking like a dead Tassie tiger.
Get the DNA, mate.
Well, that's another thing they're trying to do. Playing a bit of God, which I'm all for, man. Fucking fuck around with it.
We are very pro this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well,
we're trying to get into it. You know, we have many business reasons that
100%.
we can't get into again because it's too distracting.
No, it's ongoing.
But it's ongoing, and yeah, we are still, as Elon Musk would say, looking into this.
Yeah.
We are investigating.
Yeah, we've got a keen
avenues.
eye on the entire industry, but they're trying to. There is people trying to genetically modify. So the closest living relative to the Tassie tiger is a numbat.
Okay.
Which that surprised me. I thought it would be the Tassie devil, very similar sort of. You know, they're both down in Tasmania eating meat, but apparently they're different families. So the numbat is the closest thing, and a numbat is, I don't know. Do you know have you ever seen a numbat?
Not for a while.
They do have stripes.
Okay.
They look like they're smaller than a possum, and they got like a bushy tail, like a squirrel almost.
Oh,
and they
right,
got stripes.
Numbat's a great word. Now that's something you'd hear a dad call a kid.
Well, that's
in the 80s.
that's a nice insult.
Oh, you bloody
as well.
numbat.
Yeah.
Dingbat. They love things like that.
Yeah, numb nuts. That's when you start turning 11 and 12. They start goes from numbat to numb nuts.
Yeah,
because your nuts drop.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
But they're trying to fuck around with numbat goo and turn it into Tassie tigers.
Yeah, love to get my hands on a bit of this goo.
Yeah, I've been nerding out on that. Well, not just the goo. That is a big part of it.
Yeah, we've stumbled into one of your real passions here, Zack.
Yeah, I've been really reason, because people are against bringing it back genetically modified because they're like, what's the point? Which is fair enough. But then the argument for it is bringing an apex predator back to the Tassie mainland.
Well, there's all those cats there.
Well, yeah, and they want something to kill the cats and to kill everything, and that's why. What are the other ones? The devils. That's why they all have face cancer. It's because but once the Tassie tiger was gone, they had nothing to compete with food for, and they overbred and started fucking, disease took over to try and quell their numbers.
Like a man-made disease?
No, just like naturally. When like if there's no lions around to eat the gazelle, the gazelle overbreed, and then when you have too much population, you get
bloody hell
illness and whatever.
Makes you think.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, the Tassie tiger now. It's always got a few. It's always got a few issues. Yeah, what do they all got? Yeah, they all got some fucking rotten thing on their face.
The Tassie devils do. Yeah.
Yeah, the devils. Yeah.
Yeah, and what they've done with those. This is another fucking thing I watched. I was on a good rabbit hole. This is weeks ago too. It's all just flooding back to me.
Yeah, this is a man that fell asleep watching some YouTube.
Yeah. This is all just osmosis into my brain. But to save the Tassie devils, right? Because they're all got these face tumors, and it's not chlamydia. That's the fucking other ones. It's a herpes. It's some kind of herpes, and because they're always biting each other on the face, that's how it like transfers, turns into cancer. Much like the HPV virus and cervical cancer. The virus. And to take a few of the they took a few of the Tassie devils because they're all getting fucked up, and they put them on this other island. They were just like, all right, we'll take these cunts out. Here's this island no cunts using. It's like, halfway in between.
Like a leper colony.
Basically, and they put these Tassie devils on there, and they just fucked everything up. There's all like these birds that used to like nest there, and they just fucked all the birds up. Yeah. It just destroyed the whole island.
Yeah, of course.
But I think they got a few on mainland Australia as well, in areas.
Yes.
But I thought that was pretty funny. They were like, oh, we'll put them in, no one will care. All these fucking seabirds just getting wrecked.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the little penguins out at Warrnambool there.
Yeah, what happened to them?
I think foxes, they sneak over.
Oh yeah.
But then they got the based on the famous film with Shane Jacobson, Oddball.
Yeah.
Then they got a few Maramas, and they realised the Maramas were really good at protecting them.
Oh yeah.
Because they're
the White Guardians. Blood. Absolutely.
So now they've got a team of Maramas that stay on the island with them overnight.
That actually fucking rules.
It's pretty good stuff, isn't it?
That's sick. Yeah, I get right into I'm all up on the feral cat problem in Australia. How they're almost, give them another 100 years, they might be a new subspecies of wild cat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're out there just breeding with each other, going nuts, getting big and shit like that.
They're getting big and scary, are they?
Yeah. They're no good. Cane toads. I've had my eye on cane toads since I was a boy.
Yeah. As any Queenslander knows, cane toads, they're there.
And there's good news when it comes to cane
toads. We're pushing back the line.
Well, kind of. The nature is. So ibises have figured out how to eat cane toads.
Great.
Without dying.
It's good for them to fucking get something on the board.
Dude, that is a powerful ally.
Yeah.
Have the fucking... really, think about it. If you're like... If I could have one animal on my side to fight against the blight of the cane toad, an ibis is a good choice.
Yeah.
Because they're out there, they're fucking getting into it. And what they've learned is that you take the cane toad... You fuck him up a little bit, and he spurts all his poison out. Then you take him down to the river or like a puddle, and you rinse him off.
Oh, great.
And then you just eat him, and then you're all good.
Oh, fantastic news.
And other animals have figured out to just peck the guts out of them and shit. And then I saw one more thing where these scientists, some more eggheads are getting involved, where they're trying to, I don't know if genetically modify or inoculate quolls and shit, so quolls will be able to just eat them without dying.
Right.
So that's pretty weaponizing the animals against them is a fucking cool idea.
Makes you think.
Hell, maybe we should fucking eat them.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Beautiful eating.
Yeah, it's good.
We just need to get a few fucking French immigrants over, and they'll.
That'll lead to the exact same problem that that we have now with the cane toad.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
had the cane toad.
You bring in one, but there's a greater evil. Then
exactly.
Then we got French blokes sniffing around.
We've got French blokes fucking laying tadpoles in our backyard.
Yeah, fucking rolling around Queen Street wearing a fucking garlic necklace, mate. Not on our watch, mate. Get out of here.
Just have a fucking plague of Frenchmen hopping all around the country.
God. Kissing our women with their smelly breath.
Yeah, smoking all our cigarettes.
How you say, I will fuck your wife? How you say? I come here to eat the canned soda, you say? And I like to fuck your girlfriend.
Your wife.
And it is okay, because I am French. We are allowed to do this.
And did you know the rabbits, all the rabbits, the wild rabbits in Australia are like from like, I think it was like 12 individual rabbits, maybe not even. Just some cunt, some fucking pom. Some fucking
tough Brit.
Literally came over.
Jolly good to shoot a few rabbits.
Yeah. As if there's not enough fucking. There's shit every. Just shoot the. There's fucking kangaroos. Shoot the roos.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it'd be jolly good to shoot a few, and then bring them over and just let them out.
Yeah, my cousin's a scientist, and she's one of the ones that did myxomatosis and all that, like pretty. Yeah, part of like the big culling thing.
Yeah.
She's copped a bit of hate over the years.
Oh, of course she would. Yeah. Hey, did that work?
I think it maybe knocked a few of them off.
But then it kind of because I remember reading into that they were trying to do that with. They were thinking about doing that with cane toads, but then they were like, "Fuck, there's like amphibians and reptiles in Australia are already fucked enough. Like it's not worth the risk. We better train the ibises how to rinse them in the river."
Yeah.
Which I think's working.
Need a few fucking local Aussie animals.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Fight back against the scourge, mate. Something Pauline could get around.
100%. Well, we had
Australia for Australian animals.
Did you have Stop Dengue Now, Did you have that?
No, I think you told me, yeah.
That ad, I forget who it was in Townsville when I was a kid. It was an anti-dengue fever ad.
Yeah.
It was like about just tipping out fucking standing water in your backyard.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the tag. Stop dengue now,
Yeah.
Which is great. We need campaigns.
Yeah. Let your kids belt the shit out of them with golf clubs,
Well, yeah. And then they got a little bit fucking soft on it by the time, like, they're like, the only good way to kill them is to put them in the freezer, put them in a bag and put them in the freezer. And then I think even that, they were like, oh, you can't do that anymore now. You've got to gas them. You got to, like, hook your exhaust up. I think Gordo did a joke about it. Where you have to fucking, I forget his joke.
They need to go like a bloke in a midlife crisis.
Basically, that's his gag, is something like that. Like, there's some kind of, like, failed corporate executive or something.
I'm sure it's already been done as a sketch, but it'd be good to be like just a guy in a Tesla trying to do it. Like, that's the new midlife crisis, is getting an electric car.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's waking up in the morning, just no battery. It's like, oh, yeah, fuck. No fumes. Yeah, it's powerful.
I did my part as a child, killing toads.
Yeah, we put a few away. Dad would be pretty good at popping them on the road.
Oh, that was fun too. Yeah, once you
getting the wheel. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like less and less you see. You used to see heaps where we were.
Yeah,
I think that's just in general.
Like, I think it's the ibises, man. I think the ibises are taking control.
They're doing it. I think that's more of just a grimmer thing. Is like, remember when like bugs used to hit the windscreen? It's like,
oh yeah,
it's not a good sign.
Yeah.
It's just no bugs.
Oh no, we got bugged up that time.
Yeah,
remember we did those gigs?
Sounds like we got AIDS together.
We were bug chasing out there that time. No, when we did those gigs, we fucking hit a heap of bugs.
That's good.
Cunts are fucking whinging about. There's bugs everywhere.
Yeah.
You just got to get out there.
Get in the mark.
Get in the mark with the bugs.
But in the burbs, you don't get bugs anymore.
Nah.
You used to get bugged up in the burbs.
What do cunts want? You want bugs now.
Yeah.
What are you fucking complaining about?
Yeah.
There's bugs suck.
Something with you lot, isn't there?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, everyone's going on about save the fucking bees and get stung by a bee. What do you...
Fucking hurts. It sucks. Fucking sucks getting stung by a bee, man.
Another thing I learned about cane toads. I saw this in a documentary. Did you see that documentary about cane toads?
I missed that one.
It's on Netflix. It's
Oh, really?
It opens with a scene of
you saying that sentence. It's like that had YouTube written all over it. I was not expecting a Netflix production.
I think it was a Netflix. I think it was.
Yeah.
But the footage that it opens with is old because I remember this from when I was a kid. It's a car like driving down like a street. It looks like a fucking street in like Atherton or something, like it's like next to a cane field, and it's like an old car, like a 70s car, and it's just like swerving, just crushing toads on the road. But they were saying the cane toads, they started in like, it was like Ingham or Innisfail or something, and it was just some cunt fucking put him in his pond, or like he put him in his cane field, and then from there they've spread, they're down to Brisbane, they're into northern New South Wales, and now they're pushing into the Kimberley, and like that's like a big worry. The cunts are freaking out. They're like, I mean, I don't know if it's a worry because it's inevitable, but the cane toads that are furthest west have like, they're like super toads. They're like fucking battle toads. They've got like long arms and legs and shit. They're like rapidly evolving, which is fucking sick.
I mean, they are an impressive animal. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
They know how to survive.
They can cop a hiding too. I
Yeah,
can fucking
I know.
attest to that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're tough.
I have more respect for them now that I'm an adult. When I was a kid, they were my sworn enemy. I fucking hated them.
Yeah. Now, now you're like, I have a
grudging
respect for the toad.
Well, I go back to Dad's now, and they've gotten fucking, I mean, they've gotten real relaxed now that I'm out of the picture. I go
take a load off.
Oh man, I go to Dad's and at night, sit in the dog bowls. There's a fucking cane toad as big as my shoe, like the biggest, and because they don't eat bugs or nothing. They just every night they know there's fucking dog food there.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Fucking cane toad fed up on dog food, man. That's like
Unit.
You can make a handbag out of that cunt.
Yeah.
They're fucking big, man. Big fat fuckers.
Yeah, something needs to be done, mate. We need to put a few ibises on your dad's.
Well, yeah, maybe. I do like kind of the old man. I mean, I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I indulge in a bit of chemical warfare these days. I don't really use excessive force. I just get a fucking either bleach in a spray bottle or Dettol. And I fucking snipe them. And I
remember getting in trouble.
Do not like it.
I remember getting in trouble from our parents because all the neighborhood kids were in my dad's garage and we were cane toad hunting, and we just found everything that had like a warning label on it in the garage and mixed it up and poured it on the toads, and they're like, don't do that. We're just fuming ourselves out with whatever the fuck was in there.
Yeah, I'm guilty of a few, some things along those lines as well.
You sort of see you sort of hear about Dr. Mengele stuff, and you're like, well, yeah, I've done some pretty gross shit too.
Yeah, run a bunch of them over the fucking with a lawnmower once.
Oh yeah,
we had them in a bucket and stepped down, just run them over with the pushmower. Fucked up. But yeah, these days you just, because I remember that's how my uncle used to do it. You just give them one spray of Dettol on the head, and they flip around like it's not good, but they don't come back.
Mate, that's it. Cop that.
Yeah, until I was only doing that because I didn't know about the ibis solution yet.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have had to resort to things like that, if I knew that information. So this year when I go back up, I'll probably buy some tonight, get an incubator. Incubate a couple of ibis eggs.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Take that up.
A few pet ibises.
That would be sick. You probably, if you raise them from a egg, they'd hang around. You reckon?
Yeah.
You fed them, and then you got to stop feeding them.
They're not a bird you want to look at for too long.
No, I reckon they're beautiful.
Yeah.
If you keep them clean, I'm not talking about the ones
You're watching them.
Well, you're just not letting them get into the bin.
Yeah.
Have you seen the black ones? The black ones they use when the sun shines. They're quite iridescent. They've got like a.
Well, they got sort of like lines on the back of their head.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is like that's hard living.
Yeah. Well, they've always got that like blood spat under their wing.
I mean, but you look. That's the That is a dirty little secret of the bird world. Is that the underside of birds' wings is fucking disgusting.
Mm.
Not a lot of people want to talk about that.
No, yeah.
But you
yeah.
lift any bird's wing up, and it is
reveal the seedy underbelly
it
of
is
the bird's wing.
Yeah, it is disgusting under there.
Yeah. Well, do they have a hook or something under there? These ibis? What do they got? I know the plovers do.
On the wing.
Yeah. Sometimes they got a bit of a something under there.
Right. I don't know if the ibis does, but I forgot that some birds have a bit of a claw.
Mm.
The ibis has a beautiful beak, which I guess would get most of its work done.
That's to do surgery on toads. That thing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, you need that kind of tool.
We need pelicans on the case too. They just fucking glob everything down that gullet.
Yeah, but see, I don't think a pelican would have the dexterity to do the whole rinse method.
Yeah.
Pelican's more about just getting it in that big flap and then worrying about
They'll get anything down there.
Yeah.
Chihuahua. They're fine with it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when I was a kid, my best friend was deathly afraid of pelicans because one bit him at Billabong Century. And it was just very funny. The whole time we were kids, we would laugh about the fact that he fucking was just terrified of pelicans.
I mean, would it hurt? I guess
they're just scary.
They are fucking
a bird
weird
that's bigger than you, like coming at the seed that's in your hand, and they don't have a beak that's really built for seed either. So, but
you wanted a bit more.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, he would have fucking swallowed the whole boy.
Seed, mate. I could have that whole arm. That'd be ideal.
Yeah,
gobble that thing down, mate. Yeah. Well, this is more of a call out to any cane toads listening. Fucking. Do not think about coming down to Victoria because there's still a few proud Queenslanders down here that haven't forgotten.
Yeah, 100%. There is a hard border.
I
wonder if they...
do your worst in New South Wales. Couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, rip that fucking place apart. Queensland, cane toads all the way.
I mean, we did it for fucking a decade in a row in the Origin, mate, so...
Yeah.
They're used to a bit of cane toad dominance in there.
Well, when you think about it, I mean, it's the classic Goxie status update. What if a cane toad fought a real cockroach? Well, we already know. Cane toad's fucking undefeated.
Maybe the cane toads could sort out the cockroach problem in New South Wales. Disgusting.
That's a good point.
Disgusting.
Actually, if cane toads did make it to Victoria again, I think I would have to have a grudging respect.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, fuck you.
Hey, they're following in our footpath, mate. They're trying to make it,
Yeah.
entertain, the arts capital of Australia.
Yeah.
Like we did.
Yeah, it took me a bit to get used to the cold as well.
The big festivals are all down here.
This is where the industry is.
Spotlight.
This is where you get in front of the eyes of all the fucking movers and shakers.
This is where they shoot Deal or No Deal and stuff.
Hell yeah.
So you want to get down here. You might, if you're lucky, see, sort of, I don't know, fucking Jason Dunstall or, someone like that.
Yeah, some fucking real heavy
someone
hitters.
on Fox Footy.
Yeah.
Gazy, you might see Gazy.
Yeah, look up.
Yeah,
you might see
keep an eye out. You think you got hops, mate? This bloke was hooping for Australia, mate.
He's got his own fucking shoe.
He's got, exactly. Exactly.
All right. Well, I reckon that's about a fucking episode.
Yeah. And I tell you what, you may have laughed, but you definitely learned.
Yeah, I think. And if anyone has any sort of, any information about the Tasmanian tiger or
and that's we sort of have
even the
revealed
Victorian panther.
that Zack himself is a bit of an Aussie animal guy. And I think that's really good.
I'm more of a crypto
theories. Yeah. If you got any, obviously the Black Panther one, we should probably try and do a whole episode on.
Yeah,
it's very big about the Black Panther out at Penrith or wherever he is.
No, well, yeah,
Mountains.
That's kind of you pick anywhere, and there's people. Think there's a Gippsland one. There's and I mean, cunts are just seeing big feral cats.
Yeah,
or like a fox.
Yeah, or there was a circus and it escaped.
Or the Americans. Some people say the American troops brought them over.
Oh,
the classic American troop panthers. Everyone knows that the troops.
Yeah.
Every battalion has at least 6 or 7 panthers. So
fucking these Yank troops. What didn't they get up to?
Yeah, these fucking Yanks. All right, have you got anything to plug, Huey?
Keep an eye out. Make it official. Do you reckon we might do a little Christmas muck around thing on the 14th of December?
Yeah.
I'll make the link tonight.
Yeah, sick. There's a stand-up show that night as well.
Yeah, so we'll do it just before the normal Coopers last night of the Coopers show.
Yeah, sick.
Reckon that works?
Yeah.
All right, well, get on that. I'll do some big posts about it. Bring all your friends, even if they don't listen.
Yeah,
it'll be a fun enough thing.
Yeah, we might
it'll
do
be
some
just a
stand-up
big Christmas party show thing.
Have a fucking drink.
Get some big guests.
Yeah.
Yep. We might do a little, write in your own type of fella that we'll react to live. Maybe even Christmas fellas specifically.
Yeah, different kind of Christmas fellas at the lunch table. We'll be dressed up in our Christmas best.
Your Christmas ham uncle was one off the top of my head.
Yeah, the guy.
The uncle that's always takes charge of the ham.
Yeah, he tells you about the glaze. And
the glaze.
He glazes
glazes
the
over
ham.
the glaze.
Yeah, he glazes the glaze.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's a great idea. So yeah, fuck no, come to that.
Yes. That'll be awesome. Appreciate you listening.
Sweet. Until next week.
Keep 'em up.